and we are here back with Sports First Fight Night. Jose Aldo. This is um this is Robbie the Font, the Big Font. Um, just a great. I guess you could say a great card all around. As y'all see, I'm just clicking into the just to show you guys the card and all that stuff. This is actually the first UFC UFC one that I'm doing like this, or UFC Fight Night that I'm showing like this. Obviously, UFC 269 coming up. That's next week, December 11th. That should be lit as shits. um, but yeah, this fight night was awesome. Obviously, there was gonna guess a lot of you guys or a lot of people tuned into Devin Haney versus Diaz because that was obviously a big fight. But me, I decided to go for the dub and go with the UFC today, and I guess it worked out for me, or worked. Yeah, I guess I could say that. I guess I could say that. Because this what I knew I was making a video for it, so I decided to go for that. But let's go ahead and get into the fights. Just every single every single fight was really good. To be, I don't even know if there was a bad fight. I didn't really watch the prelims. I did catch. I don't want to say that because I technically did. Um, I didn't watch any of the early prelims. Not too sure about them at all. Um, going to the UFC 269 prelims. But I did watch. There was a fighter. He was his name is Weeks. Uh, Darian Weeks, right over here. He was coming into the fight 5-0. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna check him out. You know what if he does something, and I actually ended up messing up, and I ended up coming into this fight at I think it was round three. I came into it, and I'm like, I pretty much missed the whole fight to be honest. But they were just going at it in round three, and he looked good at the very end, but I guess his opponent, his op, was getting the best of him. But I guess this was the moment of the. I don't know. They said I don't know. Well, like it was some type of kick. I didn't really get to watch that, so I'm not really gonna get into that. But let's get right into the all the fights I pretty much did catch. Alex Moreno versus I thought it was Nikki, but I guess yeah, it's Mickey Gall. This one was pretty decent fight. Alex Moreno just kind of a sloppy fighter to be honest. I don't know, just the way he his combinations just were crazy style of fighting. I don't know the reach and all that. Compare. I mean, look at all those. You could tell by how much he the amount of punches he was throwing 233 total strikes and 93 land. I guess that's all right, 39.9%, but still, mate, still. I mean, his opposition didn't do as he didn't do as well either, but still he was still 46.3, much higher. But just all around, Alex Moreno is the better fighter. Won that one by decision. Forget if it was unanimous or not, but I'm pretty sure it was because I didn't see too much from Mickey to be honest. Brandon Allen versus the legend, or not really a legend, but just somebody that's become really big over the year in the UFC. Chris Curtis. Look out for Chris Curtis. I think he was actually after the fight, as you can all already see, who won the fight. After the fight, he pretty much said that he's willing to he's willing to fight for the next. He's willing to fight in the next event. I think, which I think he was saying 269. I'm like 1,000% sure he was saying 269. But you would think he wanted to fight in the next fight night, but he wasn't really hurt, I guess. But I mean, Brandon Allen did land some pretty good punches. In the beginning, I thought when he got on his back, I thought he was about to choke him out or something, but that obviously didn't work out. Brandon Allen's a big dude. Um, for you wouldn't think somebody like well, I mean, I don't think I even watched. I didn't watch Chris Curtis's last fight to be honest. I mean, I watched the last. I mean, I've been here and there for the last majority of the main events or fight nights and all with just so much going on. That's why I didn't even do a show on the last one, even though I got to rewatch it and all. But still, Chris Curtis just a lot of power in his punches. 34 years old, 28-8, as you could see in his record. 6-0. I'm pretty sure they said he was 6-0 in this year. If he was 6-0 this year in the UFC, just in UFC, he probably has the best UFC record. Well, just in the year, with him being 6-0. But Brandon Allen, I guess he was heavily favored, but a lot of people are already saying he's gonna what's his name Chris Curtis is gonna be an underdog. But this fight was really, like I said, every single fight in the main card was just pretty good. Even the Alex Moreno, even though it was a little bit of wild fight, that Alex Moreno fight. I'm pretty sure I'm missing parts of that fight, but this fight was just. I you can't say this fight. I don't know if I could say it. Just there were so many good moments, even in the Clay Guida fight. Jim Cruz. I mean, oh my God. Let's go ahead and pretty much get to the excite level. It's very excited, as Borat says. Let's go ahead and get to the Santa. There was just a lot of moments in this fight night. I'm just gonna say that I probably watched pay-per-views that didn't have half or like pretty much half the moments this pay-per-view had with Santos versus Gita. Gita obviously lost. I remember I did a video where I was talking about Gita. A lot of these fighters I talked about in the majority of my other fights. I'm out here. Majority of my other videos. But the Gita fight, man, Gita's pretty. I don't know, the way he fights is a little out there, just the movement and all. Um, I didn't know he was actually a high school. They said he was a high school wrestler. They didn't bring up that in his last fights, or I just hadn't heard of this. If you did, well, great for you. But Santos looked like he looked like he pretty much won the fight in the first couple of minutes. The craziest scenario or like situations or whatever, just Santos hit him like right in the rib area, straight kick to the rib. It looked like it kind of was close to the man area, but it got him right in his ribs, and he went to the fence. As Gita went to the fence, and Santos hit him with a knee, just all. He went like he probably hit him with like, let's see what the total strikes are actually. 92 total. All those strikes came in. I'm like, okay, 60 or some of those strikes came in that one scenario where I'm like 1,000, maybe less than that, but still a good amount of those strikes came in that situation where he I'm out here. But when he got him in that situation, that funny like situation where it looked like the ref was gonna actually stop the fight, and for a second I was thinking, I'm like, man, the ref should have stopped the fight. But then when it ended the way it ended, I'm like, I think it was Chris Peterson who was reffing that fight. I'm like, I guess that was a good decision by the ref, but still. I don't know how Santos, to be honest, I don't know why or how he didn't. Maybe he just doesn't have enough power, but man, I don't know how Santos didn't stop, but then Gita just pretty much just went all out and then got him in a submission. Somehow got him in a rear naked choke and ended up submitting him. He was also saying he wants to prove that wrestling is better than jujitsu. I guess he did prove it, somewhat. But next fight, that was pretty cool fight. Then it was Hill versus Crute. We saw, well, I didn't watch Hill's last fight, even though I did want to watch that one. He was nine. I think it was, yeah. He was. He had the crazy arm situation, where they thought it was much more, where it looked much worse than it was, But I guess it took him like 6 weeks to recover, which is crazy. Then Crute, his situation looked much worse too, but it wasn't as, with the Anthony Smith fight. Um, that this fight only lasted like, well, it was pretty much ended in the 48th, or 48 seconds. Um, It was pretty much a knockdown. Well, it was a hook, but it landed on the back of the head, which is obviously illegal in any fight. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's some fighting scenes. Maybe bare knuckle. I don't know if maybe in bare knuckle's not even illegal, but still, he landed that and he got him down. Got back up, got into it a little bit, hit him with a one. I'm pretty sure it was a 1-2 and knocked him out. Right to the man. It was a clean hook, at least a hook. I forget if it was a 1-2, um, but pretty much ended his well, no, I was about to say ended his career. What is this wrestling at her? But pretty much ended up knocking him out. See, I'm telling you, all these fights were just straight up craziness. Then Fiesa man, I just cannot get his name correct. We'll just go by Raphael and Brad. How about that? We'll go by first names. This fight was, man, like I was on and off in the first 2 rounds because I was actually trying to figure out a way where I could watch Devin Haney versus Diaz. And from what I saw from the first, because I just kept going back and forth, from the first 2 rounds, it was just back and forth combinations, back and forth combination, back and forth combination. The third, I'm like, yeah, I got to get into this fight because it seems like somebody's about to get knocked out. But I've been, as y'all remember, Hezbollah or Rafael called that Hezbollah after his last fight. Pretty sure it was in Dubai. But that was pretty funny. He called out Vince Vaughn because Vince Vaughn was at the fight after. Um, but he knocked him out with a spinning wheel kick, which was freaking wild. But with both of them going with the combinations and all, this fight was just all around good fight. But like I said, I didn't really catch. I was like in and out the first two rounds, so it was like I don't know how much I could speak on this fight, but that last round was pretty much the gist of it. I like that. That was pretty much. Though I'm guessing the whole fight was. I'm not guessing, but that pretty much seemed like how that's how the whole fight was. One would throw a couple combinations, go backwards. The other would throw it, but dude, these guys look like carbon copies of each other. To be honest, other than their hairs and maybe the face, like their build, body, everything, they look exactly like even though it's like they probably train with each other or something. But yeah, that was another TKO and a interesting, good fight. What's his name? Rafael, pretty funny dude out there. But the last and the main fight, Rob Font versus Joe Jose Aldo. Man, really good fight. Rob Font came in firing like missiles, man, just all over the place, jabs, combinations, just everything. I think there was even a takedown. There was a takedown. I forget if it was in the second or third. Um, yeah, like it says right here, it's five. There was 5 takedowns attempts, but one of them, the first one he did was pretty good takedown, I guess. Well, not I guess. It was a good takedown. Um, but after that, damn, did he rock him in the second or was it the first he rocked? I think it was. Oh no, it was the ending of the first. He rocked him and he hit him with a. It was a 1-2. Usually it's a 1-2. The one and then the right he hit him with and ended up in a way, I'm not gonna lie, it was the last 20 seconds. It looked like he was trying to, I don't know what he was trying to do. He's trying to land his feet, but it looked like he slipped. Nobody brought that up. None of the commentators or anything. It looked almost like a slip, but nobody said it was a slip, so we'll say it wasn't a slip. It was, I guess, technically a knockdown. Um, but he came in during the second round. He didn't pressure as much. He still pressured, but not as much. And they both kind of went like good amount of wrestling. But Aldo got him with a good amount of shots, just all around throughout the whole fight. Aldo was just getting him with, just rocking him with all sorts of shots. When it got to third and fourth, Aldo kind of slowed it down a little bit and just pretty much well, Rafa, there was a good amount of times he was trying to go for the takedowns, as you could see, with the 5-1s, and obviously Rafa was trying to work that jab, and that jab just it actually was working. It's just when he would get just a little bit too close or too comfortable, Aldo would just hit him with some mean punches. But just man, you could hear the thud like on those punches, like clack clack. Man, those are some powerful punches Aldo throws. Um, he did ask for TJ Dillashaw or after the fight. I made sure I at least get catch that. The interview. Um, but pretty good fight from both fighters. The very end, last two rounds, I didn't. I mean, seemed like Aldo kind of knew that he was winning, and it looked like Aldo was actually out of energy. But then again, Rob Font looked like he was out of energy too, and both of their eyes were all busted up. Um, I think there was an incident where it looked like I don't know if was that the doctor. I'm pretty sure that was the doctor at the third. He went up to Aldo because I mean Rafon, didn't just lay there. Well, at the very end, he did look like he was just laying there, but Rafon just didn't, let him get an easy fight or nothing. I mean, it really looked like Aldo got the most of the punishment. Well, I guess in that when he did land those shots, he messed his freaking face up. As in, there was I don't know how that his eye. I think I don't know. Forget it was the left or right, but he messed up Rob Font's eye pretty bad. But Rob Font messed him up all around. To be honest, busted his whole face up. But all around, with my ohms again. Cyber Monday, man, it's already passed. Um, but just a good all around fight. Can't wait till the next one. We'll most definitely. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm actually going to be making a video, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a video after or a couple of days after the fight. Just a good amount of fights on there. Cody Garbrandt versus France. I don't even know if this guy's even going to have fight Neely because he got caught with some weapons charge. Pena Nunes, that should be good. Poirier, Oliveira, that should be pretty awesome right there. Another Brazilian on another card.